All right, my love, this is going to be our bonus for my fellow Aries out there. This could be for cross-watcher as well. You can reverse this if you need to. I do apologize that it's taken me so long to get the bonus out. So basically we're going to have a bonus and then it's going to back right up to our new series that we're doing. But sometimes it's like that. Sometimes that's how it works. So here we go. I wrote quite a bit. Quite a lot, darling, for us. And here's what I'm getting. Oh, also, there's something here to do with a necklace. I don't know, maybe even like a gold necklace. It's a type of metal. It's either gold or rose gold or something like that, but there's something to do with a specific necklace, whether you're a man or a woman. I don't know what it is about the necklace, but it's popping in my head, okay? That was something that was standing out to me this morning. I was thinking of my own necklace, and I'm like, so something to do with a necklace for somebody watching this. I'm probably going to title this video The Severance, because that's really what it's about. I'm going to read what I wrote because I wrote so much it's just easier to read. And I'm cramping, so TMI. If you notice I look like I'm in pain or I look a little uncomfortable, well, I am. I'm only bleeding like a stepped pig, TMI. Some of you are quite positive that the best approach to a situation currently is not to approach it, to stay silent, stay away. That's what you've been doing, unless this hasn't happened yet. To navigate it with silence, intuitive observation, and instinct. You are not saying much, if anything at all. At times, you may toy with the idea of if communication were to be had, the many ways that it could go, but ultimately you're not concerned with it. You know in your gut the best move is no move when it comes to this situation in particular. So it's safe to say that Aries or cross-watcher is saying little to nothing right now when it comes to a particular situation with a person. Whether this has been going on for a while, it's currently happening, or it's about to happen. I feel like really nauseous, lightheaded even. Some of you may need more meat or like iron or something in your diet, or something to do with iron or B12 or whatever, okay? Because I'm going off of what I'm feeling right now for myself. So I wasn't feeling that in Pisces, and I'm feeling it now. Meanwhile, when it comes to whoever this other person is, okay? You are dealing with someone who can be quite as immovable as yourself. They might even be another Aries, to be real with you, like, or they have Aries strongly in their chart, or they don't have to be anything to do with an Aries, but they could be just as firm on things as you can, and quite immovable as well when they decide something. However, despite what they show you or anyone else, they're actually saddened by this disconnect. In some ways, they may be trying to even numb themselves, distract themselves, or disassociate themselves from how this makes them feel. Putting up walls around themselves, acting as though this doesn't bother them, they don't care. But they do care, Aries or cross-watcher, they do care. And they are disappointed at how things are turning out between the two of you. They really are not satisfied by the outcome and are truly having a difficult time overcoming the negative emotions regarding the situation. Like, they probably do feel quite negative about you at this point. Though I do sense this side of them that's trying to work on that and not like hate you or be angry at you or be mad at you. Trying to kind of just, but it's very hard. I mean, there's moments they're very upset with you, like pissed off, angry, bitter, but they're more so, it's coming from a place of them actually being sad about it. They didn't want this outcome, okay? And this could be entirely reversed. This is someone who didn't want things to be this way. I just said that. Even if it is in fact the best for the both of you, to them it's utterly heartbreaking, and they can't see why. Like, they truly, this is someone who really doesn't see why things had to go this way. To them, it could have, I mean, if it had to end, or if we had to be, if this had to be the outcome, then to them, I just spit, they're thinking it could have ended differently. Like, it didn't have to go this way. But I'm telling you, when I say you're not wrong, like, instinct and intuition are very different than blah, 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 blah. No, like, you were almost maybe even told or guided from a higher source, from your ancestors, from your own gut, to handle the situation the way that you did. Probably go completely silent, maybe even ghost, or just be what, just for now at least. Like, again, I said in the beginning, you toy with the idea, but you're not going to go against it, because you've gone against your better judgment before. You've gone against what your ancestors, your guides, your creator, your higher self has told you. And what does that get you every time? So this is an Aries or cross watcher who's not doing that anymore, no matter how their other side of them is trying to be like, no, do something, say something. But it's like, no, because I have to trust that I don't know best in this situation, and that for whatever reason, I'm being called to be quiet on it and not move forward and allow this severance to happen. Yeah. So I think that you see something here that another person is not seeing. They don't see the benefit in this being this way or ending this way. They only see the negative side of it. They only see that it didn't have to go this way at all. They only see it from one way, from a 3D perspective, but you're seeing it from like a bird's eye view. Even if it's something that necessarily you didn't want to go this way, you might not have, but wanting something and something having to go a certain way are two different things, you know? So I think you saw it before someone else did. You just ended up receiving the downloads or the signs that, like, this is something that we need to cut off. And a lot of you, it's not even romantic. It's like a friend situation or a family situation where you're like, I think it's time for me to not come around anymore, or something like that. And not for any intentions to hurt anyone, not to play any games, but because you're led and guided and directed spiritually to do so. Okay. It's something that needed to go in this direction, basically. It's something that needed to happen this way because maybe we don't even know why yet, but it's something that had to go this way and end this way and be this way. It just has to be this way. Sometimes there is no explanation, or not when we want it. I also feel that for some of you, you may have needed more boundaries with a person. And so you had to take this form of action or even inaction to show someone boundaries, that you needed some more boundaries here. Or if this isn't about boundaries and it's all about actual endings, this is the way that it had to go, because otherwise we would have just kept hanging on and coming back and coming back. It had to be this way. There would have been too much trying to talk ourselves out of it and talk each other out of it or something like that. I think it's best for everybody involved, ultimately, that things are going this way, that you and another are probably not in communication during this time, or haven't spoken, or there's been no reciprocal conversation for a while. Meaning, I think you've stopped responding. Before you were a first responder, now you're not a responder at all. You aren't responding. Or this could be reversed. But again, I want to make sure I reiterate this. This is not about playing games with anybody. This is not about stringing anyone along. Now, if anyone had those intentions, that's a completely different message, and that's not at all what I'm getting here. This is about an Aries being guided and directed, or a cross-watcher being guided and directed to almost like shut down in a way, although not shut down, because the person I'm picking up on here that has been called to go silent is not a person who's shut down at all. In fact, inside of them is lit up like a very big city at midnight. Lights are all the way on in this person. Like someone's highly intuitive, highly in tune. They're receiving all the signs right now, all the synchronicities. Now, do they all the time? This is you, I think, a lot of you. No, but right now during this time, yeah, you are. And what's helping that probably is separating from a situation and a person that might have actually distracted you from receiving certain information. This is something that had to happen. I don't know what to say. It's something that had to happen. If it hasn't happened yet, it's something that's going to need to happen, where you take a step back from someone, and I mean, for however long it takes, or indefinitely, something like that. It's not going to be received well if you've already done this or you're currently doing this. It's just, no, it's not being received well at all. Someone's very upset with you, very angry with you, disappointed in you, disappointed in themselves. They're thinking of themselves as an idiot for ever having opened up to you, trusting you, blah, 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 things like that. But they couldn't really be any more misinformed and wrong about the situation. You're not here to hurt anyone, nor are you playing with anyone's mind. You're being called to navigate a situation the way that you are. You're just listening. Maybe, well, I don't want to speculate. I was going to say maybe it's that this person and you on separate individual occasions needed to kind of experience something specific spiritually, but you wouldn't have necessarily experienced it if this doesn't happen. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that's really what it is. I have no clue. You do have someone rather sad. Again, I feel anger is the way they're trying to cope with it, being upset with you, and they don't want to be, but they are at times, and they feel quite even neglected by you, even ignored. They might even be trying to numb themselves, like if they're known to do substances or drink or anything, they could be doing that, or even have sex. They could be trying to numb themselves with attention and distraction, affection from other people, whether friends or romantic interests, things like that. They could also just be feeling quite lonely. Why do I feel like throwing the fuck up? I feel like this person's gut and their stomach is in knots, like completely in knots, because mine is right now. Like I feel like throwing up. And I haven't really been able to eat very well for days. In fact, I've lost a little bit of weight. I've been really just sick. Not like sick, but I've been nauseous, like sick to my stomach. I've had like crazy food aversions. I haven't wanted to eat certain things, which is not completely unheard of for me. But lately, it's like I just can't. So it's almost as if someone's going through, like, you know, when we go through a change spiritually, a lot of times we have issues with food and maybe even dehydration. So something's going on with someone's gut. Their stomach's in knots. Their chest is in knots. They haven't been able to sleep. What is Knott's Berry Farm? That's what I'm hearing. Isn't that alcohol? Knott's Berry Farm. It's in California. Oh, it's in an amusement park? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someone here wants to do something, not necessarily like this, but they're trying to do things to distract themselves, to have fun, so they're not like just sitting there constantly sad about the situation with you. But they are, I'm telling you right now. They have things that amuse them and they laugh about, and but they, maybe even TV shows, but they go right back to thinking about you. They can't stop thinking of you. Things remind them of you. Or they could even think that you find it amusing. I think that they need to be careful in assuming why this is occurring and how you are taking it. You know, some of them may feel like you're doing this on purpose to hurt them or something like that. Or you get an amusement out of it, and that probably is not the truth. So, yeah. Stomach is in knots. So this is the Severance. Nice little quick bonus here for us. I've got to go. I feel like really sick to my stomach right now. Like, I'm not kidding. I almost feel like I need to fast. And I've been saying I'm going to fast, but I ate some sun chips a minute ago thinking, oh, that won't be hard on my stomach. It will. It was stupid, really, because I feel really nauseous now. And I'm going to attribute it to that because I was fine before that. Yeah, like, I really feel like puking, but also it could be a mixture of that and bleeding like a stuffed pig, so, you know. Oh, joy. Oh, rapture. Yes, very demure, as my daughters say. Very demure, very mindful. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.